The 2022 Motul FIM Superbike World Championship is less than a month away from starting, and all eyes are on teams and riders at the Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli for the latest batch of testing. It was our first look at BMW's new star signing Scott Redding. The Brit sported the German manufacturer's iconic colours and was dressed to impress ahead of his first public test. A new fuel tank, more electronic development, and now making the most of their engine, something BMW Motorrad's motorsport director Mark Bongers said is the biggest improvement. BMW's M1000RR was looking good in Redding's hands as he made an improvement of over a second from day 1 to 2, finishing 6th after jarring his back on day 1, costing him valuable track time. He was the sole factory BMW on track. Teammate Michael van der Mark was out of action with a broken leg, sustained prior to testing. Alvaro Bautista's return to the Aruba.it Racing Ducati outfit saw him with a new swing arm once again as he led the way in the afternoon of day 2, snatching top spot with less than an hour to go. There was also a new fuel tank for him to get his head around, which he trialled and seemed to like, following on from the new fuel tank at Portimao. He suffered a crash on day 1, but Bautista was soon back to his best on day 2, just over a tenth of that record. On the other side of the garage, Michael Ruben Rinaldi was struggling to stay awake, although he did eventually try the new swing arm and fuel tank. He returned to the site of his double win in 2021 and left it until the afternoon of day 2 to improve his time, and he was the only one on track. In the blue corner, GRT Yamaha were working hard on dialling laps in, and once again Garret Gerloff was impressive. He continued adapting to the latest spec Brembo brakes and spent various points of the 2 days on top before dipping down into the 133s on day 2, momentarily leading the way from Bautista with just 2 hours to go before finishing second. On the other side of the garage, Japan's Kota Nizane was also out on track and eager to impress, improving his time by over half a second to finish 9th overall. There was plenty to talk about with the other independent riders, particularly at Puccetti Kawasaki, finishing 3rd overall with Lucas Mayas. The team, now managed by ex-Sky VR46 technical director Pietro Caprara, continued to adapt to the Olin suspension with the team switching to Showa for 2022, and Mayas seemed happy with his day's work. There was another revelation at Team Go 11 Ducati where Philipp Oettl went top at lunchtime on day 2, improving his time by over 7/10 of a second, finishing a mighty 4th come the checkered flag. Then it was time for our first look at the Bonovo BMW squad with Eugene Laverty and Loris Baz. Both felt like they made a step compared to the Jerez test in December, but it was Irishman Eugene Laverty who got the upper hand on St Patrick's Day, finishing 7th whilst Loris Baz was 8th. Team manager Michael Galinski and BMW chief Mark Bongers watched on from the pits. We then got our first look at Motocorsa Ducati and Axel Bassani, who had a new seat to try out. The Italian finished 10th, 1 place ahead of rookie Luca Bernardi, with the San Marinese completing the top 10 in his second test with the Barney Spark Racing team. The last of the independents was Christoph Ponton in his Guild Motorsport Yamaha, who worked with a new clutch and continued his chassis evolution. 3 riders under the World Supersport lap record at Misano. Jan Onju topped both days of running and improved by 6/10 of a second on day 2 to cement his place at the top. A crash on day 1 couldn't keep him down. Second place went to Nicky Tooley on the MV Agusta, who had a brand new electronics package to get his head around, whilst Nicolo Bulega was in fine form in 3rd and also under the lap record. The Italian rookie a real force to be reckoned with. Ollie Bayliss was back on track after an ankle fracture during the Portimao test, along with rookie Max Koffler and Jari Montella. Bahattin Sofuoglu also got vital laps in as the Turk continues to adapt to the World Supersport class. Another test done. Keep up with all of the pre-season action on WorldSBK.com.